1974 was a year of great football improvement at Texas A&M. A year of climbing from 6th place to a share of 2nd in the Southwest Conference. A year of 8 wins and 3 defeats. The best record at Aggie land in 17 years. It was a year of sweet resurgence. For Coach Emory Ballard in his 3rd year at the Aggie helm, it was another step forward. His Aggies gelled early, and they were ranked among the top teams in the nation most of the year. Clemson is the opponent, and Kyle Field is the battleground as the Aggies open 1974 action. Midway in the first quarter, this 36-yard field goal by Randy Haddix gives the Aggies a 3-0 lead. In the second period, Clemson quarterback O'Kane tries to pass, but Warren Trahan knocks him loose from the football, and Garth Tenaple recovers for A&M. A little later, O'Kane fumbles, and Paul Hewlin recovers for the Aggies. From there, the Aggies move to the Clemson 3, from where Skip Walker hits over left tackle for the touchdown. And it's A&M 10, Clemson nothing at halftime. Early in the third period, Skip Walker strikes again on this 25-yard touchdown run, and the lead mounts to 17-0. Now, watch quarterback Tim Gray lay the leather to end Benny Cunningham on this pass play. It's the fourth quarter now, as Bubba Bean turns the corner for this 32-yard touchdown, and the Aggies shoot down Clemson 24-0. This is game 2 in Baton Rouge against LSU. Bubba Bean sets the Aggie mood with this 26-yard gainer. Then Skip Walker goes through left tackle for 10 and a touchdown. Now, we're in the second quarter. Skip Walker runs for 27 yards. And Bubba Bean finds a hole at the right side, and he's going 50 yards to score. The Aggies have a 14-7 lead at the half. Now, it's a 14-14 tie in the fourth quarter. LSU quarterback Broussard fumbles, and Tenaple recovers for A&M at the LSU 37. Quarterback David Walker runs the right side for 17 yards. Fullback Bucky Sams caps the drive with a 1-yard touchdown. A&M is ahead 21-14. Tremble is the LSU quarterback now, and Pat Thomas and John McCrumbly spill him for a 6-yard loss. Tremble passes, but Pat Thomas breaks it up, and A&M halts the LSU threat. The Aggies whip LSU 21-14, and in the process, they rush for 417 yards, the most ever allowed by the Tigers. Skip Walker, Bubba Bean, and Bucky Sams all run for more than 100 yards. For game 3, the Aggies are in Seattle to meet the Washington Huskies. A&M strikes early as Fitzpatrick's pass is tipped by James Daniels and intercepted by Pat Thomas. He returns it to the Washington 4-yard line. Skip Walker scores, and A&M has a 7-0 lead. In the second quarter, it's Skip Walker again, a 21-yard touchdown, and the Aggies have a 14-6 lead. David Walker hits Skip Walker with this screen pass, and it's a 61-yard touchdown as the Aggie lead grows to 21-6. Rowland wants to pass for Washington, but Ted April's blitz spills him for an 11-yard loss. Now we're in the fourth period, and A&M has a 21-15 lead. David Walker hits Richard Osborne for 12 yards. The same combination again, this time for 13 yards. And fullback Bucky Sands ends the 62-yard drive with this 4-yard scoring effort. Now Washington has a first down at the Aggie 1. It's time for defense. Rowland keeps, and John McCrumbly stops him for no gain. Rowland keeps again, and Ed Simonini flies in. It's a 4-yard loss. Rowland wants to pass, but Pat Thomas and Simonini drop him for a 5-yard loss. On fourth down, Rowland throws, and Pat Thomas intercepts in the end zone. The Aggies win their third in a row, this one by a 28-15 margin. Now the Aggies are in Lawrence to face the Kansas Jayhawks on a rain-soaked field. Late in the first period, McMichael passes, and A&M's James Daniels intercepts. David Walker hits Carl Roaches with this 13-yard pass. And Randy Haddix boots this 39-yard field goal, but Kansas leads 7-3. On fourth down, Swift is back to punt for Kansas. Tim Gray blocks it, and tackle Edgar Fields scoops up the football, and he goes to the Kansas 4. Three plays later, Bucky Sam scores from the 1. The Aggies are ahead at the half, 10-7. In the fourth period, David Walker takes to the air. He hits Bubba Bean for 11 yards. Now he fires to Carl Roaches for 17 yards. But it's to no avail. Kansas upsets the Aggies 28-10. Now it's Southwest Conference time. Texas Tech is at Kyle Field to face the Aggies on national television. After a scoreless first quarter, the Aggies are on the move. Skip Walker goes left for 10 yards to the Tech 9. On fourth down at the 1, it's Skip Walker through the left side. A&M has a 7-0 lead. After Ed Simonini intercepts, it's Skip Walker on this 3-yard touchdown run, and it's 14-0. The Aggies aren't finished. Ronnie Hubby goes around the right side for 16 yards. And Skip Walker gets his third TD of the quarter on this 23-yard run. The Aggies are in front, 21-0 at halftime. It's 4th and 2 at the Aggie 35. Donovan wants to pass, but Pat Thomas sacks him and A&M takes over. Moments later, David Walker throws to Carl Rouge's 16-yard touchdown and a 28-0 Aggie lead. It's the 4th quarter. Tech is desperate. Donovan goes back to pass, but Lester Hayes is there too. It's a 13-yard loss. Donovan goes back again. Tank Marshall and Jesse Honeycutt smother him for an 11-yard loss. The Aggies win their league opener 28-7. Still at Kyle Field, the Aggies face TCU in their second conference game. In this one, the defense will shine. Cook goes back, passes to Luttrell, but Warren Trahan tackles for a 6-yard loss. Cook is going back again. Trahan and Don Long combine for a -10. Cook is backpedaling again, but Ten Apple zeroes in. It's an 18-yard loss. Now, Cook gets off a pass, but Jackie Williams intercepts for A&M. In the second quarter now, Bucky Sams bounces off 2 tackles and scores from the 11. A&M is in front, 7-0. Cook passes again. Tim Gray tips it, and Jackie Williams intercepts. Now, Randy Haddix kicks this 29-yard field goal, and A&M has a 10-0 halftime lead. In the third period, David Walker pitches, gets the ball back on a handoff, and fires 45 yards to David Greeno. TCU has it again. Cook passes, and Ken Stratton makes a diving interception. David Walker goes back, hits Roddy Hubby with a screen pass. He's off to the races, a 60-yard touchdown and a 17-0 lead. Now Elsner is the TCU quarterback. He passes, and Pat Thomas intercepts and laterals to Ken Stratton. Cook is back again, way back, as Simonini and Ten Apple chase him down for a 26-yard loss. TCU has a -58 yards rushing, and the Aggies have a 17-0 victory. A record crowd of 51,200 is in Baylor Stadium as the Aggies go against the Bears in a night game. Watch closely. Bubba Bean gains 10, fumbles, and Carl Rouge gets the bouncing football. It's a 66-yard touchdown and a 7-0 Aggie lead. Baylor's Jeffrey decides to pass, and Jackie Williams is there to intercept for A&M. On 4th down, Baylor fakes a punt, but fumbles, and Ten Apple has it for the Aggies. Bubba Bean hits left guard for 8 yards. David Walker passes to Carl Roaches for 15 more. And Randy Haddock splits the uprights with his 42-yard field goal. A&M has a 10-0 halftime advantage. Late in the third quarter, Haddock's 41-yard field goal ups the lead to 13-0. Jeffrey is back to pass. He drops deep, and Pat Thomas intercepts for A&M. Now it's the fourth quarter. Jeffrey goes back, is hit by Don Long, and fumbles, but is ruled dead at the 3. Jackson is the quarterback. From the end zone, he passes. Tackle Warren Trahan gets it at the 1 and falls into the end zone. The Aggies whip Baylor 20-0. Back home again. The Aggies face the Arkansas Razorbacks at Kyle Field. Skip Walker turns the corner for 27 yards. Now Mark Stanley punts. Arkansas's Hogan tries an over-the-shoulder catch and fumbles. David Greeno gets it for A&M at the Hogs' 9-yard line. Three plays later, fullback Jerry Honore goes over for his first college touchdown. Miller wants to pass, but Warren Trahan rips through to throw him for an 11-yard loss. Now, watch Randy Haddock kick a school record 57-yard field goal. The Aggies lead 10-7. Miller runs right. John McCrumbly tackles. Paul Hewlin gets the fumble for A&M. Kirkland goes back to pass. McCrumbly and Edgar Fields get him for a -10. Now it's a 10-10 tie in the fourth quarter. Bubba Bean goes over right tackle for 16. Watch Jerry Honore up the middle, lost in a bunch. He escapes, and Richard Osborne is there to escort him for this 60-yard touchdown jaunt. A&M has a 17-10 lead. Kirkland goes back to pass. Trahan goes after him. It's an 8-yard loss. In the waning seconds, Haddock kicks this 40-yard field goal, and the Aggies beat Arkansas 20-10. It's a wet, rainy day in the Cotton Bowl at Dallas as the Aggies face the SMU Mustangs. In the first quarter, Bostic hits over right guard, fumbles, and Oscar Rowan catches the bouncing ball and goes in for an SMU touchdown. SMU's Morris goes over right guard. The ball pops loose. Blake Schwartz has it, and he's down to the SMU 7. But the Aggies fumble it back on the next play. Now Mike Jay is the Aggie quarterback. He starts left, comes back, and runs for 14 yards. Jay hits Bucky Sams with this screen pass that gets 12 yards. But at halftime, SMU has a 16-0 lead. The Aggies start moving in the third quarter. Jim Hartman runs for 15 yards. And Jerry Honore plunges over from the 1 for the touchdown. Now it's 16-7. In the fourth quarter, David Walker goes back and throws. Bubba Bean catches, and it's a 45-yard gain. Honore scores again from the 1 to close the gap to 16-14. But SMU hangs on to upset the Aggies 18-14. It's the final home game of the season for the Aggies. The Rice Owls furnish the opposition. Kramer passes, and Ed Simonini intercepts, but the Aggies bog down. The first quarter is scoreless. Kramer wants to throw again, but Blake Schwartz sacks him for an 11-yard loss. Kramer passes. Garth Tenapel intercepts, and the Aggies offense cranks up. Ronnie Hovey breaks loose for 21 yards. Bubba Bean takes the pitch out and turns the corner for an 18-yard touchdown. On the second play after the kickoff, Ferguson runs for 19 yards, fumbles, and Pat Thomas catches the ball in the air and races 32 yards to score. It's 14-0 now. Moments later, Kramer passes to Hauser. He fumbles. Ken Stratton recovers at the Rice 23. Bucky Sams finds a big hole, and it's a 15-yard touchdown. A&M has a 21-0 lead at halftime. A&M strikes again early in the third period. Bubba Bean goes through a hole at right tackle, and it's a 34-yard touchdown. David Shipman shows his running ability as he turns the corner for 14 yards. Randy Haddix drills this 32-yard field goal, and the lead is up to 31-0. After Rice scores in the fourth period, Kramer passes, and William Thompson intercepts and returns it to the Rice 20. Jerry Honore blasts the middle for 16 yards. And Honore goes in for the touchdown from the 1. The Aggies trample the Owls by a 37-7 margin. It's cold, wet, and windy, and the chill factor is 20 degrees as the Aggies face Texas in Austin. On the game's first play, the Aggies fumble. Texas scores in 2 plays. On the next Aggie play, another fumble. Lionel Johnson catches it and runs 28 yards to score. It's 14-0 with only 54 seconds gone. Roosevelt Leaks runs the right side, fumbles, and Ted Lamp recovers for A&M. Skip Walker runs for 10 yards. Randy Haddix kicks this 25-yard field goal, but that's all the Aggies can muster as they lose a 32-3 decision. At season's end, 18 Aggies were selected for conference and national honors. Junior cornerback Pat Thomas of Plano made All-America on squad selected by AP, the Football Writers of America, and NEA, and he was a unanimous choice for all Southwest Conference. Junior linebacker Ed Simonini from Las Vegas, Nevada, was second team on All-America squads picked by AP and UPI, and he was a consensus choice for all Southwest Conference. Senior cornerback Tim Gray from Houston was second team All-America on the NEA squad, and he made virtually all of the all-conference teams. Senior defensive tackle Warren Trahan from Bouchon, Louisiana, was a unanimous selection for all Southwest Conference honors. Junior halfback Bubba Bean of Kirbyville, who led the Aggies in rushing with 938 yards, made most of the all-conference teams. Senior place kicker Randy Haddix from Chesterton, Indiana, who set a new school record with a 57-yard field goal against Arkansas, was a first-team pick for all-conference. Mark Stanley, junior punter from New Braunfels, who led the league with a 42-yard average, made all-conference in his specialty. Glenn Bujnock, junior offensive tackle from Houston, made the all-conference team. And junior linebacker Garth Tenaple of Euless was a first-team all-conference selection. There were 9 other Aggies who won second-team honors in the Southwest Conference. From the defensive unit came N. Don Long of Yoakum, safety James Daniels of McGregor, linebacker John McCrumbly of Dallas, and Blake Schwartz from Houston, and safety Jackie Williams of Plano. From the offensive unit came center Ricky Seeker of Bay City, tight end Richard Osborne of San Antonio, guard Bruce Welch of Houston, and guard Billy Lemons of Pampa. For the 1974 season, Texas A&M ranked second in the nation in total defense and second in pass defense. It led the Southwest Conference in total defense, rushing defense, and pass defense. The Aggie offense set school records for single-game rushing, rushing yards for a season, rushing plays for a season, and rushing first downs for a season. 10 offensive starters and 6 defensive regulars return next year. They'll form the nucleus of the 1975 team that opens play against the Ole Miss Rebels on September 13th at Kyle Field. And they figure to take another giant stride in an effort to put Texas A&M University in the national spotlight.